Good afternoon. This is Dr. Famuyiwa with another episode of Fertile Talks. So, today we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to be talking about double blessings, right, as some people see it. And what am I talking about today? I'm talking about twins because twins have different impact in different cultures. In the Western culture, and certainly more traditional cultures like in Africa or in Asia, for instance. I want to explore the science of dual birth. So I would say that every pregnancy is a miracle, and that's great. But twin pregnancies call us to take a second look, look twice at biology, at culture, and what it means, the human meaning of it. Twins draw attention across the world. I mean, but for one particular set of people in West Africa, twin births are not just a story, they're demographic reality and they're a cultural cornerstone. So, why are twins so common among the Yoruba tribe in Nigeria? Among the Yoruba people of the southwestern Nigeria, spontaneous fraternal twins, they are called dizygotic twinning, occurs at some of the highest rates known in the world, described anywhere at all. There is a community called Igbora in Oyo State where spontaneous twin births have been reported to approximate probably 45 to 50 sets per 1,000 live births. That's awesome. Far above any global average and well above many Western populations. What kind of twins are we talking about? We're talking about dizygotic or so called fraternal twins when two eggs are actually released at the same time and fertilized at the same time. And this frequency varies across different populations and is influenced by genetics and other biological factors. This is as opposed to what is called monozygotic or identical twins that result from a single embryo splitting, and it occurs at a relatively constant rate worldwide. So, researchers have long observed that this elevated Yoruba twinning rate, and they continue to investigate why it's so high, with genetics, maternal factors, and environmental influences among the proposed explanation. In the Yoruba culture, twin births are not just statistics, okay? They are identities with unique destiny names that reflect deep cultural beliefs. So, for instance, you'll hear the name Taiwo or Taye or Tai. This name is given to the first born twin, the first to come out. It literally means the first to taste the world. Yet traditionally, some believe it's actually maybe because the second twin shoved the first one out to go test the world, not just taste it, but to test the world. And then the twin coming behind that is called Kehinde, which is born and often as later and is often regarded as the elder twin, believe it or not, in traditional belief. So, if a child is born after a set of twins, that child will be given the name Idowu, the child born after the set of twins. And then the next set of names given to the subsequent children in that birth order after Idowu will be Alaba, Idobe, and so on and so forth. So in Yoruba worldwide worldview, names are never accidental. These names often describe as Orukwa Mutonwa, meaning this name was brought from the spiritual realm, from heaven, and it encodes the circumstances of birth and the social or spiritual role expected for the child, right? In the Yoruba, twins are not only frequently born, they actually occupy a special spiritual and artistic place within the culture. So you have carvings of twins that are called ibeji, twin figures that are created when one twin may die. And these figures are treated as living presence and sometimes believed to safeguard the surviving twin in the family. Twins are traditionally associated with abundance, balance, joy, and protection. And across Yoruba communities, twin births have been revered, ritualized, and integrated into daily life, reflecting a culture shaped by the regular occurrence of twinships. Now, in case you're wondering, occasionally you might have triplets, right? So Ibeji means two, AG2. If they're triplets, very rare, will be Ibeta. And of course, quadruplets will be called Ibering, just using the numerical figures. Of course, those will be extremely rare. Um, but it's not so in all other Nigerian communities. Some communities, unfortunately, twins are seen as a taboo. Um, so in certain parts of Madagascar and some historic accounts in other parts of Nigeria, not in the West, multiple births were once interpreted as spiritual disturbances and have ominous signs assigned to them. So these twins were sometimes abandoned, which is really bad, or harmed as a result of a deeply held belief in social fears. So this contrast matters. It highlights how cultural interpretation can either protect children or place them at risk, even when the biological event is the same. So, from a fertility medicine standpoint, though, understanding twinning requires a clear look at both the genetic and medical risk. The biology of twinning shows that elevated dizygotic twins, right, is influenced by genetic predisposition. Ergo, you see it in the western part of Nigeria at a higher rate. Maternal age, right, may be seen more in older mothers, and family history. So you'll have histories where they have so many twins in their families, it's literally expected. Um, but the precise driver of this exceptional high rate is actually being actively researched. Clinically, twin pregnancies are associated with higher risks than singleton pregnancies. These include preterm births, hypertensive disorders of pregnancy, gestational diabetes, increased risk of cesarean deliveries, neonatal complications. Because of this risk, modern fertility care usually emphasize strategies such as using elective single embryo transfer where appropriate, with the goal of achieving one healthy baby at a time. So this goes to all my patients that always ask me, I want twins. No, that's not the standard recommendation. Twins can be a source of joy and celebration, and they require careful counseling, planning, and medical vigilance. So before we go on, I want to just shout out to all our supporters. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you. And of course, encouraging you to look forward to my book, The Quest for Fertility, which will be coming out, and which I'll go into more depth on this issue. So let's go on. Twins in modern Nigerian cultural memory. All right. So there, and I know that many young people may not know this, but there was a well-known artist. His name was Twin 77, and he was actually given this name because he was the sole surviving child out of seven sets of twins that his mother had. Very popular musician. And that's just so extreme. His mother had seven sets of twins, and he was the only surviving one, the last set of twins. His other twin did not make it. So his life and name actually became part of the Nigerian cultural artistic lure, blending biology, survival, and cultural symbolism. So one of the central themes of the quest for fertility that's coming out soon is that reproduction is never just only biology, right? So twin allows us to explore how genetics, medicine, culture, and storytelling intersect. They prompt essential questions. What do we inherit biologically, and what do we inherit culturally? We inherit both, right? So, how do societies assign meaning to reproductive outcomes? How should modern fertility care honor cultural narratives while remaining grounded in evidence based medicine, right? So, twinship tells us that fertility is both deeply personal and profoundly communal. So, and again, I encourage you to follow up in the quest for fertility, where in this book we're going to explore more of this, and also to subscribe to my newsletter in Substack and LinkedIn, where I delve into this. But before we go, one thing that has come to my attention is a lot of you guys here. I thank you so much for your support. We have a lot of readership out there, but I would like to ask you a huge favor to help the algorithm rhythm help us spread the word out to more of our listening audience. Just go ahead and subscribe to this podcast if you like what you've been hearing. Don't pass go. Just subscribe and share it with your friends. This really truly helps us. So I know you're consuming my data. It's a labor of love. I love doing what I do. I love teaching, and I want to be able to continue to share the word as many people as possible. So don't leave today without subscribing. And thank you so much for your generosity and for your time and attention.